What is up, guys? As you can see, I got my full team of exotics and secrets ready for a game of Endless. We're going to try to reach wave 1000, which is the penultimate goal in this game. I actually tried to do this on stream with a team of basically exotics plus a SpongeBob, and it wasn't quite enough. So I made some swaps, kept some of the really good damage dealers we had, which include Prehistoric Gary, Plankton's Tank, and Cyclops, which if the game will let me show them, there we go. And then kept SpongeBob, of course, for the early game because we do not want to take damage in the beginning. And then we added a Dream Gary and Baby Pro. I feel like Baby Pro, with her insane attack speed and her great damage, will be a great addition to the team. And Dream Gary, we're just going to put him in the corner so you can barely see the very beginning of the map to add a slow to every unit. So we're going to get going on an exotic run. Hopefully we can reach wave 1000 and hopefully we can actually do this challenge. But before we begin, I just want to remind you guys, if you enjoyed this video, to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a ton. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Alrighty guys, and here we are right in the match. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We can go ahead and turn everything back on if my game will not lag like crazy. Jeez, that's crazy. Yeah, that was an issue last time. Just make sure everything is off. Good. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and start on 7X. See, this self loadout typically works pretty well until like wave 750, so we're gonna just like go 7X through here. I'm gonna show you like how I'm gonna place some of the stuff. These SpongeBobs I'm just gonna place like right here at the beginning. I did secret formula pursuit just for the extra range because I feel like that'd be great. Then we're going to start placing the units. The most important one is going to be this Dream Gary, which we want to just be barely touching that. We don't want him to really see that lane. I have to move him back a bit. We'll get to him in a second. He's not really necessary right now, but what is necessary is we want to get these Prehistoric Garys down, straight down the middle right here, since they're our highest pierce damaging unit. We're going to place Plankton Tanks right beside him because their ability, the reason why I'm using Plankton Tank instead of like Sand Robot or Mimic Bob is because the Fissure ability that they have is absolutely busted. It's the best ability in the game and can help us win so many things. Prehistoric Gary also just does so much damage, so having these two would be great. And then we're gonna have our Cyclops as our main form of AoE, which we're gonna place right here because I'm gonna place one right here because to get this loop, and then another one right next to this one. I believe there is a way to place two in there, but I don't think it really will matter. And as long as they're covering most of the map, which once we upgrade them, they should be covering most of the map. We want them close to the track so they're doing as much damage as possible. And now we can actually focus on Dream Gary, which the issue is Dream Gary is touching this lane right here. I don't want him touching that lane. We're gonna place him like right. Can he hit the units through here? Yes, he can. Okay, good. So yeah, we can place him over there. I just wanted to test that. Alright, so we're gonna actually place him like right here then. Yeah, right here. Just so we can place another one too, just to confirm the slow. Oh, we got three. We might as well place all three. Just so we can confirm the slow, because that's what we want from him. We don't really want much else from him. His damage is very lackluster, and all we really care about is that slow. And then as for the Baby Pro, it doesn't really matter where they go, because they just shoot splash attacks. So geez, this for such a small unit, this has such a big placement range. And boom, all the units are placed down. I am going to move these SpongeBobs actually. We want them to cover that main loop right at the beginning right there, so we're going to go ahead and place them. Yeah, we'll place them right here. Yeah, that'll cover most of the loop and a bit of over here too. So place one right there, one right there. And once I get this one leveled up, it should cover most of the loop too. So let's see that real quick. Yeah, he covers pretty much the whole loop. Actually, now money isn't really a big concern, so he doesn't quite cover the whole loop. So I'm actually going to put him, yeah, right here. All right, cool. Happy with that. So this is the unit lineup we're going to really stay with. I think this will be the best. I may move a few things around as I see needed. But yeah, we're not going to really see too much action until wave 750. So I'm going to skip ahead until that. And yeah, we'll show you guys the chaos and the actual loot, the huge amount of health these units will have. Enemies. I keep on making that mistake. We'll have by that point. So we will see you guys in a bit. Alrighty, guys, we are currently on wave 800, and we're still able to beat these pretty well. I am going to turn off auto skip wave though, because it is starting. My units are starting to get overwhelmed, and as you can see, we're starting to get bosses and units up to 200 k HP. I did do some moving around the units. First of all, I forgot I could place a fourth Muscle Bob, and I also didn't even realize that my Muscle Bob doesn't have Power Patty, but I think it'll be okay because Muscle Bob was mostly there for the beginning, so now he's just there for a little bit of extra damage, and I doubt like that little bit of extra damage that Power Patty would have given him. But I did move around my Dream Garys a bit. I thought about it because the sleep effect does wear off, so we're gonna keep one right here. I like the one right here that's just gonna constantly apply the sleep. Jeez, the lag is ridiculous. The sleep to the units at the start. And then I spread out two more. There's one right here, and where did I put the other one? I put it. There's one right here to get this area, and then we got one right here. That's right. Okay, so we got one right here that's going to catch the units that are coming in here, the units that don't, and slow them. And then we got one over here that's going to catch the units that are coming up over here and constantly slow them. I think that this will be the best way because it'll spread out our slows, because we need to constantly keep a slow on these in order to get the most value we can out of these Green Garys. Everything else though so far is going very well. Like I've been able to keep it at 7x speed, and I haven't had to use abilities too much. I had to use it on that one dirty bubble. Of course, I do have the issue of my screen freezing because there's just too much damage going on. Like, dude, like my game was not lagging this bad beforehand, but now we're getting like enemies with, as you can see, millions and millions of HP, and it's just going to keep on going up. Like by wave 900, regular enemies are going to have like upwards of 30 million to 50 million HP. It's going to be insane. And then all these bosses are going to be in the billions. But man, I just want to show you the power of Plankton's tank, because this man is doing almost did 3 billion damage. Like this unit is actually insane when you max him out. Of course, we got Prehistoric doing 1 billion. Like to put it in perspective, this unit is doing double the damage of Prehistoric, and they're in basically the same spot, and these were actually placed after the Prehistoric. And then we got our Cyclopses also doing some good damage. Oh, let's go ahead and use our abilities to speed up the pace on this guy. Muscle Bob's been doing, Muscle Bob things. Most units weren't reaching him quite yet. This, our Pearls are almost reached 1 billion damage, which are actually doing more than what a Hydra Karen or Sand Robot would have done, which is what I'm really happy about. I did try it with those two units. They just weren't doing enough damage, and so we just really needed that. So I was thinking Baby Pro will probably be our best option, and then if that didn't work, I would try Bunker. But like I think Baby Pro is working great. So far this is looking great. I do want to kind of show you guys what as we struggle more, because like I said, we're still able to keep that 7x speed. Once I start passing this bend, I'm gonna slow it down. Like that's my point typically, where I realize, okay, I need to slow things down a bit, because they're starting to make it closer than I would like them to. But once we get to some really struggling points, I will show them to you guys, because I feel like that'd just be really interesting to see. But like, yeah. This is fun. We're making some great progress. Maybe we'll make it past wave 1000. We'll just have to wait and see. I'll check in with you guys in a bit. Alrighty guys, we're at wave 900. I'm still been able to consistently keep it at 5x speed. Dude, this is crazy. I guess Dream Gary really was the answer, and I was really underrating him in my video. I'm sorry about that, but man, Dream Gary is the slow. It really has been carrying this run. I underrated him. I'm gonna be real. I really underrated him. And here's our freeze frame, guys. I hope you're enjoying the beautiful, beautiful freeze frame as more enemies close in. But we are 100 waves off from wave 1000, and we could probably get even further with this loadout. I'm gonna keep going until I die on this loadout, and I'm just gonna keep on trying, and I will slow it down once I have to. Once it eventually gets to a point, I will stop. But man, I want to try. Maybe we could get to like 1250 or something like that. Try to set like a new record, because it's been a while since like people have really released endless content for this game. And the fact that we are able to do it faster than ever, and we got much better units to add to our loadouts, like replacing Bunker Boys with Baby Pro, who's much better. or well, not much better, but like better. Then we got Plankton's tank recently, who's doing 10 billion damage and who has the best ability of the game. Cyclops, who is just outperforming all the other full AoEs. And of course, I mean, even with the pet nerfs, like last time I saw like Blockbuster's video on this, it was before the pet nerfs and when pets were given like 40% boost. And look at that, we were able to beat the boss before it even made it halfway. Yeah, no, this loadout is insane. I mean, eventually I will have to start slowing it down for bosses because it eventually will get to a point, but yeah, I haven't moved anything around. Everything stayed the same, and I feel like this is the best spot for everything. We got a Cyclops close to this part of the track doing max damage there, and then still doing damage throughout the full track. We got those two Cyclops over there doing max damage to this part of the track. And geez, game, can you stop lagging for a second so I can use my abilities on this? And then as soon as these the big slow anchovies come in and the dirty bubbles come in, we just spam our abilities on them and they die within instance. Baby Pearl's just out here chugging, doing tons of damage and just clearing out all the waves of small enemies, and Muscle Bob just there. I mean, he was there for the early game. He's doing good damage now. Like, he's just a good unit overall. So he's just doing Muscle Bob things. We got Big Slow right here. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go I will skip ahead until wave 1000 and show you guys us getting wave 1000. So we will see you guys in a bit. All right, guys. Well, I guess I severely overestimated how far I would get because we are struggling right now. I have my Cyclops Rage just came off cooldown. Let's go ahead and slam those down on him. Fizzers, everything we got. Is he gonna die? No. Well, we got to 935 with this loadout. Man, 934, I guess. Man, that stinks because we were doing so well for a while, and then all of a sudden things just turn the other way. I guess maybe we should try again. I don't know. You know what? I'm gonna give it one more try for this video. I'm gonna make it to the end again. All right, and we're gonna go from there because, man, that is just so sad. I'm not ending off the video like that. But first things first, I think we should do is add a power patty to our Muscle Bob. Just because why not? Add a power patty to our Muscle Bob. So I need to craft that up real quick. Let's go ahead, craft these bad boys up. Come on. I need 4 of these, right? Yeah, 4 of these and I have the other game passes craft up, or the other pieces of this craft up. Craft up 2 of these. Anchor arms. Can I claim them, please? Craft up the secret one. Anchor arms 3. And then finally the power patty. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. All right, then with this, we can go ahead and use this on our beautiful, beautiful Muscle Bob. For our Dream Gary, it's just not going to matter. So I'm going to go ahead, go back on, get another run going, and yeah, I will show you once we make it back to where we were before, or somewhere around there. If we struggle again and fail, I'm not trying again. I'm just going to end the video there. But I'm dedicated. I want to hit wave 1000. So I will see you all in a bit. All right, chat. We're currently on our second attempt. We did actually take a hit on the wave 900 dirty bubble, which had almost 800 million health. So that is kind of concerning. We can take up to 3 hits. So we can take 1 more hit from a dirty bubble or a big slow anchovy like this one right here. And then it's over, unfortunately. I mean, if we fail this one, we're going to have to make adjustments to our team, and I'm not sure what to adjust. I would like to try to get rid of the Muscle Bob, because having him, he's good. He's good as a starter, but that's it. That's his only role. He does some decent damage, and like having the extra range on him is definitely better in this because he's doing more damage and he's able to hit them around the whole loop. Dream Gary's a must. So I'm just like thinking, what should I swap out? Maybe the Cyclops for instead of Bunker Boys? I'm not sure. Then we won't have much in terms of like area control, but we'll have great single damage. I don't know. I'd have to do another video if we don't get it here today. That is the big if we don't get it here today. But this is basically the gameplay for me. I'm just going to be watching out for these waves, you know, spamming my abilities. I can only really go up to 3x speed at the most. See, our last best run was 935, so if we can, as long as we can get past that, I'd say that's very successful, but we will see, we will see. Ever since the Pet Nurse, man, Endless has been so much more difficult. I mean, I'm glad that we have something difficult that we can do in SpongeBob Tower Defense, but still, it just takes too long. These attempts take almost an hour plus each. It's insane. So, you know, I can only do one more for today's video, and then I'll have to make another video about it. But I will skip forward till when something interesting happens, and yeah, we'll go from there. See you guys soon. Alright, we got a 1.14 billion health boss. We've been struggling with these bosses lately, and we still have a bunch of small units to kill, man. I don't know if this is gonna be the run, man. I don't know. Ever since they've nerfed pets and they nerfed the ability cooldown Mimic isn't even good anymore for this. It's crazy. Like, we'll try our best. I'll speed through this and show you if we can beat him or not. If we beat him, we'll be in a good spot. But we still got like probably 2 more big health bosses to beat after him, and we only have 30 health left. So we'll see if we can do it. I'm thinking maybe maybe just tanking the early damage and switching out Muscle Bob for probably Bunker. That's what I'm thinking. So we're gonna try that in the next video, and we're gonna try to do it, because I think that may be the best way to do it, because Muscle Bob, I love you, but you ain't doing enough. And we need pure like bursts of damage, doing lots of damage to these enemies, and he just isn't doing it. He's at 800,000. We've done 500,000 so far. No, we've done 300,000. My bad. That would have been great if we did 500,000, but we're just doing it. We're just spamming these abilities as soon as they're off cooldown. My blast waves. I'm throwing. Everything on this man. Everything on the dirty bubble right now. Alright, I'm gonna start speeding through this, and we'll see if we can actually beat him. Alright. Oh my god, we actually beat it. Oh my god, we beat it. Okay, I thought he was gonna sneak through. Man, that means we could have beat all the other ones, so that means I should have slowed it down. Well, we'll try out this attempt a bit more. I can't do another attempt tonight. Maybe I'll just post this video tomorrow and do another attempt after work. I might just do that. Alright, well, I will come back once we're in a better spot. Yeah, I'll be back in a bit. Alright guys, so unfortunately that attempt didn't end up finishing well, because for a few reasons. I got impatient. The attempts take forever. They take upwards of 3 to 5 hours, and yeah, I sped it up because I wanted to keep things moving, but speeding it up is basically a death sentence after wave 900, so the whole attempt fell apart, and we ended up losing at 938, which is further than what we made it before. But I think what I need to do is to set aside more time and just grind it out and try to get it done. Although 938 isn't bad. This is totally doable. This is totally doable with the loadout I have right here. I don't think I really need to make any swaps. I think we need to keep the Muscle Bob, unfortunately, although I do want to switch him out. It's unfortunate because he is the only defense we have for the early game. It would be really viable. That would even be somewhat viable in the late game. So I'm gonna have to set aside more time to get this done. I'm sorry I couldn't get it done in this video, but there will be another episode about this, I promise. And so if you guys enjoyed, like the video, subscribe to the channel, please. It helps me out a ton. Also check out my Discord and live stream. We hang out there, we do giveaways. It's a great time. But that's all I have for you guys today. I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.